everybody. I am so glad you are here. I'm going to share this myself. Oh, I forgot to turn it down. Hold on. Okay. Hi, Barb. I am glad you're here. Now, Bijou's going to bark because she hears me talking. Bijou! Oh my goodness. Such a mess, such a mess. I am excited about today's card. I, again, went to my catalog and found a card in there. And then I worked backwards again to get the clean and simple card. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick while I'm waiting. So keep in mind, you can use your catalog to for ideas, and if it's too involved, just work backwards. That's what I did. I thought, okay, how can I change this, modify it? So I'm going to show you how, when you find a card in the catalog, there it is, you can work backwards with it and come up with a great card. Hi, Tina. I am excited. Oh, I forgot to get my Christmas cards. Hang on. Okay, I got them. I know Tina's been busy. We haven't chatted all week, so have I. Oh my goodness. I'm slowly getting back to normal after having Zoe here. And I get Remy tomorrow night, so I have another week of schooling. Although she's easier, she's kindergarten, and she just loves it. But Jess and I have chatted after having her for a week. They've asked for feedback, and I've given her some that I think they should consider. I also sent her an article this morning, which I thought was really interesting, because it was saying that distance learning isn't appropriate for the younger kids, which it's not. It really isn't. And that there are other ways to do the learning. So I said, maybe you'll get some ideas to suggest to them, because they're expecting these kids to be in front of a computer for 6 hours straight. Hey, Peggy. And I, as an adult, don't think I could sit in front of a computer for 6 hours straight. I might have the computer there, but I'm looking all around, doing other things, getting up and so we'll see. But I'm ready to play. I'm going to try something new on Monday in the group. I'm having some work done up in my studio, so it's kind of off limits for a week and a half. So I'm going to move things downstairs, and that's probably a good idea anyway, because I'll have Remy, and I could come up here in the evening when nobody's here working, but I don't want her up here with this stuff. So I'm going to move stuff downstairs, and I'm going to try doing it from my island, which has lights over it. So I'm hoping the lighting is good enough for it. So I thought Monday what I would do, because I also want to try this, I'm going to start it as a Zoom, and I'm going to stream it into my Facebook page. So if you don't have Zoom or don't want to do, you don't really have to have it. If you don't want to use Zoom, you can watch it through Facebook. So that's going to be a new experiment for me. Good morning, Lynn. Yay, you did make it. So it'll be interesting on Monday at noon as I do a Zoom, but stream it to Facebook. So I'm always playing with ideas. I gotta do something. And today is the last day. You have to place your orders by midnight tonight to be in the Christmas card class. Lynn is in it. She's excited about it. I'll real quickly show you the cards we're gonna do. There's one. There's the second. It's backwards for me, so, oh, that was upside down, sorry. And there's the third one. So those are the cards we're going to do into the Christmas one. And if you place a $35 order, and you can order whatever you want, you don't have to order what I used. If you have stamps that will work, you don't have to do it. Order that. you place a $35 order, and then I will send you a card kit. And you will get a card kit for 12 cards. I don't know if everybody understands that. You'll be making 12 cards. You'll have 4 of each design. Hey, Linda. So you'll have 4 to make 4 cards of this when you're finished, 4 cards of this one, and 4 cards of this one. So check out the link, place your order, make sure, ooh, that's great, Lynn. If you have the stamp set, order what you want to play with. And that's the advantage of doing it this way. You don't have to order what I have. I'll send you all the pieces, including the DSP and the ribbon. You can then, if you have another stamp set you like just as well, that's like a branch, you can use that. If you've got a tree or something, you can use those. So that's what it is this month. So place your order and make sure it gets there in time, because we're going to do a Zoom. And the advantage to Zoom is in Zoom, you can actually ask me questions, live. I don't have to read it. You can just ask, and then I can answer it right there or show you right there. Whereas it doesn't always happen in a video. So I'm trying to do the Zooms because I think more people would like the Zooms where they can interact and ask questions. And we'll put one of each card together at the Zoom, and then you will have, I'm going to record the Zoom, and you'll be able to go back and see the Zoom and look at the rest of the cards again and put them together. But I will send you a PDF. So with that, you have till tonight to place your order, $35 using the host code, and then I send you the card kit and we're all set to go. I love the Zoom. I did a Zoom the other day on Tuesday night, and I would like to try another one. I can't do it this week because of the work up here, but I'm going to do more Zooms, and it's going to be just where we come and chat and craft together. All right, let me get this ready and turn this around so we can get started. We've got quite a few people in here, and this way we can get started. I told you I had used, I'm going to make sure this is straight, the catalog for my, I think that's better. Yeah, Zoom is great. I love it. I'm going to see if I can, I don't think I can zoom down on this. I can't get to the thing to zoom closer. I told you I used the catalog and work backwards again. Hi, Carol. But this is the card that we're going to end up with. And I'm going to show you how I took this card apart to come up with today's card. Now, the Clean and Simple is usually just one card base because it's a quick and easy card. So for that, what I did was I took the background and changed it up a bit, and I added the smile as one layer, and that's what I came up with. This kind of looks funny. I should have done it at a different angle. Now that I do it, today's card will be different. And this one being a Clean and Simple, the only thing you need is your very vanilla card base. And that is 5.5 by 8.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to fold it. Thanks, Tina. And have it ready to go. And then I open it back up. I like to see that fold line so I know what I have to work with. So I'm going to start by stamping my flowers in Melon Mambo. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, let me make sure, let me get a scrap paper over here. I want to make sure I've got ink on it. I stamped it the first time and I didn't, when I was making my sample. I didn't have ink on the whole thing, so I missed part of it. Okay, so there. After you stamp your images, then you're going to stamp your stems. And the stems use Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, and I'm going to move it because this one, that one piece that I said, I'm going to move it down. I can see this one. So I'm going to take, this starts just a little bit below the top. So what you want to do is when you put this on, use this top and go up just slightly into your cards, and that stem will be up in there. That one didn't come out again. I did it wrong. All right, now we're going to do the same thing with the other one, and I went up a little too high. So what I'm going to do is move it down some. Why doesn't that? I can't figure out why that's not coming out. I must be holding it up. I'm going to add this one, and I'm going to add it down here so that it hides the fact that this stem doesn't come all the way down. So I'm just going to add that down in here like so. And see, now you can't see that that stem doesn't go all the way down. Then, using soft suede, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is from the same stamp set. Oh, I've got blue ink on the back of that. Let me get that off of there. Don't know where that came from. Oh, it's up on my table. Probably from my watercolor the other night. So I'm going to stamp my smile. And there's the Clean and Simple card. And it's great, but I have a little bit more time. So I want to step it up. So I went back to my catalog, and I can see that there's a layer behind it, but I'm not going to add that layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my large flower and stamp the background here and add it that way so that it comes out like this. Now, they had used watercolor paper and did the watercolor, did a like splotches on the back, and I thought, well, I'm going to change mine up. I'm going to use my makeup brush, and I'm going to add some sponging, and I need my paper back so I can do that. So I'm going to start off first with my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to do this one the same way. Oh, I was looking for my thing. I cleaned it because I had used it in the pink. So this time in the catalog, they had it with the green Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to stamp my images with Pear Pizzazz, and they will lighten as it dries, as you can see from that one. All right, then I'm going to take, oh, I put that away and I don't need to, or I shouldn't have. I'm going to take my stem, and I'm going to add my stem in here, and see, it turned out on that one like so. And then the other thing that I need is the fern. So I'm going to take my fern, and I'm going to stamp my fern over here like that. Oh, I missed that, so I'll just fix it, hide it. Now, what they did was they took the Bumblebee Gingham ribbon, and I'm going to put a piece of that across. And I modified mine a bit because the way they had done it, they kind of hid a lot of the background. I can't put this on. I almost forgot. Good thing I looked at my sample. I have to sponge my background. So I'm going to take my makeup brush. I'm going to start off and come in so that I get that blotch on the outside. And I'm just adding a little bit of color just to kind of soften that Very Vanilla. Because, oh, I forgot to put out the measurements for this one. So I'm just adding a little bit of color. That one, as you can see, I put it down and then started. Not a good idea. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. All right, put this away. Here are the measurements. The crumb cake is the same size as a normal card base. My Very Vanilla is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then Pear Pizzazz, you just, it's for the sentiment, and we'll do that. So I'm going to slide this and put this on here. And again, I'm going back to my tear-in tape. So I can take and sandwich that ribbon on real good, like so. All right, I get my pokey tool. Take my back off. This stuff is really sticky, so I find it easier to use my pokey tool rather than my fingernails. All right, I'm going to put this on. My ribbon has a tendency to lay that way, so I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to add my ribbon, and I stick down one side and then stick down the other side so I make sure it's straight. Oh, guess what? I did it. There's ink on here, and I got it on my card. Oh, darn, darn, darn. Oh, well, it's a handmade card. That's just some added interest. All right, I'm going to add my piece on top. Excuse me, to make sure that my ribbon is sandwiched in real good. And then I'm going to, I didn't burnish that edge. So it was coming up. Burnish this one before I take it off. All right, now I've got this ready to go. Hey Jenny, thanks for sharing. And I'm gonna add my seal to this, and then I took my crumb cake, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and I used the subtle embossing folder and I embossed the front. Now, if you want to add more to your stepped up piece, don't emboss this front, emboss it on this piece. But to me, it needs something. So I'm going to take and I'm going to add this piece right here in the middle. All right, like so. So far, we are doing great. I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz that's 3/4 by 3 inches. And I'm going to take the triple banner punch and I'm going to punch just one edge. So I'm going to stick it in. Now this is a little bit tinier than the opening. So what I'm doing is I'm watching my sides and making sure they're even, and then punching. Now I will stamp my smile. I didn't do that the first time, and I was pretty close on one of them. Thanks, Linda. All right, so I'm going to stamp my smile. All right. Now I'm not going to put that on because I'm modifying this one since I messed that up a little bit. But I show you how to fix things because they mess up on me too. So I took the large and the small daisy and I stamped it on Very Vanilla with Melon Mambo. So I'm taking and I'm adding another element to my card. And I take the top piece, which is the small one. Oh, I got a dimensional stuck on the back. And I'm curling the petals up. And then I'm going to take the bottom two and I'm curling them down. And I'm going to show you a hint. I know I haven't shared this before, but I'm going to show you a hint because I think it's one of the best hints I ever ran across, and I use it all the time. So hang on just a minute and let me get my flower put together. All right. Oh, I should have moved that over some. Oh well, it's going to be off a little because I'm only using 2 large ones. Usually I stagger it like that because I use 3 the same size. All right, and then this one I'm going to try and just kind of center it like so. There. Well, hey, the glue dot did not come off. It will not work if you don't take the glue dot with you. So let's try it again. There we go. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but on some of mine you may see a magic marker image or line on there, and you probably are wondering, why is that? Well, when you have stamps like this and this, getting them back in can be a pain. So before you take it out, take a black magic marker, it won't hurt it, and draw a line. All right, now when I have this ready to put away, all I have to do is match up the line and it goes right in. Before I was trying and I mean, as you can see, it's supposed to be, but it's not going to go anywhere but there. So there's a hint for you. I use that a lot. I've done it with this one. I don't usually do it with my sentiments, but anything like this, I use it all the time because it's like trying to figure out how to put them away. All right, we've got our flower made. I wanted to do that before I forgot because I saw it on my stamp as it was sitting upside down here. I went, oh, I need to share that tip. I haven't shared that one. All right. Like I said, I'm a wealth of knowledge with tips, and I love to share them to make your crafting easy. All right, I put dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to come up a little higher on this one, like so. So this piece is going to be a little different. This piece gets tucked underneath the petals like so. So it's just on top. And I'm going to use glue dots because it's easier to maneuver and to figure out. Of course, the glue dot has to come off. All right, so just pick up your petals. All right, and I'm going to stick that down. I need to have my card straight, so I put my sentiment on straight. Just make sure you don't go past your edge over here. So I've got my smile done. I then used, if I can find them, here they are. They're hidden behind something else I want to share with you when we're done. I used the Gilded Gems. My package came in. I'm so excited. I love these things. And I put a gilded gem in the center. And then to finish it off, I'm going back to my ribbon. And the sample in the book had the ribbon catty-cornered on there, but I thought it hid they have it like this one it would work for, but the one in the book has the ribbon at the top like this. If I'd have put this up here, you wouldn't have seen that ribbon. And it's like, no. So I moved it. This one I'm going to put on the top because of this being on the bottom, since I moved it to accommodate my mistake. So as you see, ladies, there's always a way to fix a mistake. Don't think you have to throw it away. Remember, it's a Hallmark, it's a handmade card, not a Hallmark. And I'm going to do this one at an angle so that we don't cover up the word smile. So there's the stepped up version. But we're going to go a further step, and we're going to step it up like in the book. They added another layer, which I think really made the card. I mean, this is a great card, but this really makes it pop to me. So, let me show you how I did that one. The first thing I did was took my card base, crumb cake, 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4, and I embossed the front again, and I'm going to use my bone folder to give me a crisp fold. Then I used a piece of the flowers for every season, and I used this yellow pattern, and I'm going to add that at an angle. Now, I will tell you, when I did this one, I added that to the back of this so it would show up. Not a good idea. Try putting this on straight with this on the back cockeyed. It was hard, hard, hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down as my guide. Then I will move it out of the way, and I'll slide this on. There. So we've got that part done. Now we need to make our background. And this background is done just like the other one. We're going to start with our pear pizzazz. And this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, same size. All the measurements and the pictures. Hi, Carol. Will be on the blog after this, or on the Facebook page after this. So I'm going to stamp my flower, and then again, all right, then I'm going to pull in my stem, and I'm going to add this. I find it easier to kind of stamp this at an angle. So, you know, whatever works for you is what you do. All right, got that. Then I want to stamp my fern, and I'm going to stamp it over here like so. Got to sponge my background. Thanks, Carol. So I'm again starting off my paper, and it does take a while for your sponge to build up ink, or your makeup brush. It's not really a sponge. So, you know, you have to do it a couple of times. Yeah, I have a tendency to use the stamps from the regular catalog more because they're around longer. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I like to give you guys ideas if you already own stuff, you know. So there's that. Now, we need to add our ribbon first. In the book, they had the ribbon around the yellow, and that's why I did it that way. Take my word for it. Don't try it. These are makeup brushes. Amazon has them, Carol, in a package. They're Y something. And it was a package of 8. But you can also get these at Dollar Tree. All you want to do is find the ones that have the bristles on it. And I wash mine out and use them over and over. I like how it gives you a soft sponging. The sponge daubers, they leave blobs. I've never had success with those. I use them a lot to sponge the edges, And then I tried the sponges we have cut in half. Oh, you're quite welcome. Cut into quarters and all. I don't get the really soft look like I do with the makeup brushes. And I just put this under water, rinse it out till it runs clear. I don't do anything special. I know some people will take and they'll make this one green and they use it all for greens. You're supposed to be able to use a microfiber cloth and clean it. The problem I have found is there's residual ink in there, and I don't know if you can see it. When you put this in another color, if it's a lighter color, it's going to change the color. It reactivates the ink because it's water-based. So I found I just rinse them out. I don't have any problems. I have like 8 or 9 of them. I bought the set off of Amazon that had 7 or 8, and they have some. They have a really, really tiny one. It's like this size, which is really good. And then they have one that's almost this size, the head. So I like the different sizes because if you got a tiny space, you can use the tiny one. If you've got a big space, you use the big one. And then, like I said, I have picked up some at Dollar Tree, and you have to look for them. I don't know if every demonstrator in the world heard this tip, and so they're not as in there as prominent as all the others. So just keep looking. But even Target or Walmart, look in there and watch. You may find them on sale at those places. All right, I'm going to take my backs off. And like so. All right, I'm going to add some seal. When I get those strings is when I have the issue. So if I can avoid those strings, all right. There we go. I have to go, I don't go up far enough, and I've tried to make myself very aware, because when I do that, I don't get the strings, and then that works. Real learning curve with this. All right, now, this goes on straight, and you can imagine me trying to put this on straight with that other piece attached. Oh my gosh, my eyes were going crazy. This, to me, is a lot easier because I can look at the top and the bottom and the sides. Now, see, I don't even know if this is on perfectly straight or not. And, oh, 5 and below? Well, hey, just keep looking, but check Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, Dollar Tree has them, if you can find them. All right, so we've got the base of our card done. Time to do our smile. So I'm going to take the punch. I'm going to turn this around. Again, I'm centering it. So you can use this punch for other sizes. It doesn't have to be those. I mean, I've used this with like 3/4 of an inch, and I think 3/4, if you can see these 2 lines here, I think that space in between this line and this line is 3/4 of an inch. So that helps. And if you have any questions, just cut this longer than you need it, and then you can cut it down. This is the one that I stamped it and then punched it. So that's the reason why I say punch it first, then stamp, because then I get it in there. All right, now I've got that done. I did the same thing with my flowers. I stamped them, and I used our punches. Love those punches. I would not want to cut these out. And I'm going to curl the 2 bottom ones down. This just gives your flower, when you put it down, some dimension and some interest. It's very flat if you don't. See, if I put this down there, it's flat. But if you see how it just kind of pops those petals up, I had to hold it down so you could see what it would look like if it was down. And then the top one curl up so that you get some interest with it. All right, let's see if the glue dots will cooperate this time with me. Get rid of some tail off of my glue dot. All right, I'm gonna stamp this. The other thing is looking at your, now this one I'm gonna try to do the right way. It's in the center, yes. Once you stamp these, don't throw it away if you mess up. Check it out. Just put it on the bottom. Nobody notices. So if you mess it up, just stick it on the bottom. I always do a examination, for lack of a better term, of my stamped images like this when I punch them, and decide which one is going up, which one's going down. All right, now I need my dimensionals on the back. All right. I'm going to take those off. And we're going to stick this down. And did I do this on dimensionals? Yes, I did. I did this one on dimensionals. I thought I had. All right, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to come up a little bit on this one. Oops, got to watch my side. Don't put it down and have it hanging off. Then I'm going to add dimensionals on the back of this. So I use more dimensionals to give it more layers, which also adds interest. And I'm going to take the backings off. And then again, I'm going to tuck this underneath like so. All right, and I've got to, oops, I'm going to have to come from the top on this one too. And you'll see why in a minute. If I put this down here, see how much hangs out? It looks funny. So I'm just going to move up here and I will change it around so that you're hiding the end under your flower. All right, and then I need my bow. And again, and that's on crooked. See if I can pop it off slightly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Got to put it down straight. All right. I'm going to tie my bow. I love this ribbon. I wish we had this in other colors. I love gingham ribbon anyway, but this is really, really soft. I'm picky about my ribbon. The ribbon they had, oh, yeah, you are, Betty Ann. But that's okay. We welcome you anyway. They had ribbon that matched the colors, the in colors from last year. So it was Seaside Spray. That ribbon was stiff. And to me, that's not a good ribbon. I want my ribbon soft, so when I tie with it, and again, I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to go just above that paper so that it doesn't lay funny. The ribbon needs to be soft so that it ties well. If it doesn't tie well, like the black glitter ribbon, I love it, but it is hard. It is hard to tie. All right, I'm going to take another Gilded Gem. All right, I'm so excited mine came in. I also got some others that I was out. I mean, there's some gems that I use a lot of. So there's the stepped up version. So we went from clean and simple to a stepped up to a stepped up. This was the wow version, sorry, to the stepped up wow. And you can see it's the same basic layout. All I did was add layers and some embossing, some elements, and came up. Oh, I never even brought my tea up. Darn. I was wondering. So there's my 1 card, 3 styles. Now, those of you who were with me Thursday night when we did the watercolor wash, I did the one with the salt and I showed you the finished one. This is the one, and this is still damp. So there was a lot of, thanks guys, water that I put on this. Oh, you're quite welcome, Carol. So this is still damp, but what I wanted to show you is, see, this one looks entirely different, and I put the other one in a card that I'm going to share on my blog this week. But if you don't put if you wanted a border all the way around, make sure your tape is stuck down, because if not, the ink will bleed under. And that's what I wanted to show you. Hi, Diana, was that it does bleed out. So just be aware of that. I had fun playing with this one. So I got them all over there to take and make cards with so I can share it. So there we go. 3 cards, one card, 3 styles. I was going to say 3 cards, 1 style. But I just love how this turned out. And again, I started with the card in our catalog. And this was my wow card. And then I worked backwards. So those catalogs, our catalog has some great ideas in it. I love it. But I hope you've enjoyed today's cards. And this can be done in any color. I used the colors from the book. They had used the crumb cake and all. But you could very easily use a different green. And your flower could be, ooh, this would be pretty in Coastal Cabana. And use the background. I think I might use Sahara Sand as the background. Thanks, Diana. Oh, you have the daisy bundle. Yay, Lynn, that's great. So now you have lots of ways to use it. Thanks, Peggy. I'm glad you made it in and could get some ideas. I love sharing my ideas with you. So let me get ready and turn this around. I had a problem with saving the feed to my camera. Ooh, Highland Heather. Ooh, yes, that would be really pretty, Jenny. Highland Heather, and you could use Gorgeous Grape as your background if you wanted to, so make it kind of monochromatic. But let me turn this around. I had gone to share this or save it to my camera, and it wouldn't let me save. I had an update, and it changed all my settings, and I said no. I'm going to turn this light out so I don't have the glare. I said no, and so it wouldn't save to my camera, but I was able to share it to the group page, so it's up there. But I was mad because I wanted to post it on Carol, let me look when I get off, and I'll send you a link to them, because I can go into my Amazon account and just call it up and send you the link. But it is, and I don't think I saved. Hold on, let me see if I still have the container that they were in. No, I threw the box away because it was a pain, but I mean, you can see these are some of the sizes in here. There's a long, skinny one and all. But I'll send you the link so that you can get them. All right, guys. I have a lot to get done between today and tomorrow when I get Remy so that I have all my stuff done. Don't forget on Monday, and I'll send you the link to the Zoom in the group. I'm going to link from the group, from Zoom to Facebook. So you can watch it either on the Zoom or in Facebook and see which one. It'll be an experiment. Again, I'm playing. I also found out how to save it to my computer. They said save it to the computer. It's easier. So I'm going to try saving it because I like to, with the Zoom, I like to be able to share it. And so this way I can. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready and go. Everybody have a great weekend. It's supposed to be chilly, but so here. I hope I see you all on Monday, noon Eastern Standard Time, in the group. Not on this page, but in the group. All right, guys. See you later. Bye. Oh, you're welcome, Linda. Bye.